We're going to talk about diastasis recti today. So in your second trimester of your pregnancy, as your bump starts to grow, you will experience a very normal separation of your abdominal muscles called diastasis recti. So the two bellies of your rectus abdominis muscles, they are separating to make room for your baby. It's actually very, very clever. This does happen to everybody. It's not something that we can prevent. It's not something that we can reduce or diminish. It's something that is essential to make room for your baby to grow to the right size. So what we can be mindful of in terms of supporting your pregnancy is just when we're exercising, making sure that we're taking this into account and being aware of this so that we don't end up putting our bodies under too much pressure, particularly during pregnancy and in your postnatal recovery. So our core works as a unit. So the diaphragm, which is just below your chest here, down to your pelvic floor, and then the wraparound muscles, the front abdominals, the obliques and the lower back, all of that, and the glutes actually in your bum, all of that works together as a unit to help support your core, your posture and your pregnancy. But due to the expansion and separation, it can get more difficult to control pressure in that area during particularly things like coughing, sneezing, jumping, running, those sorts of activities. And even in some cases in core exercises where we're potentially holding our breath or just putting gravity and pressure down at a certain angle. So what can happen is during that time, we can be more prone to aches and pains in the lower back and potentially pelvic floor dysfunction. So one thing to look out for if you are doing core exercises, for example, like the plank or anything where you are kind of bump down towards the floor, like a bear crawl or something like that, is just to look out for doming in the bump region. So what the belly can actually do, instead of being rounded in that position there, if we have too much pressure going in one direction, the bump can end up doming and ending up a bit more like a cone than a bump. So if you have a trainer, get them to look out for that, because it's something that we want to look out for, because this can just put extra pressure on the pelvic floor and then exacerbate any pelvic floor dysfunction that you might already be experiencing. So diastasis recti is very natural, very normal. It will happen to every single one of us pregnant ladies. But it's just when we're looking at training and different exercises, it's just being aware of that and how to control the pressure so that we don't put our bump into a difficult position and put more pressure down, which I'm sure we all know is not something that we want to do. We've all felt what that feels like, and we want to minimise the pressure as much as possible, whilst also getting the best out of our training.